Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah. I feel like
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
it's like a curse.
You know, we are back here to do.
It's like deja vu.
Good morning.
It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these rats. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu
Good
when
morning,
I'm
ladies and gentlemen.
first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, head of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. I guess we go with viral because
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they use my ex to me, they left me. They don't give me plugs and they text me.
Let's go.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Got a lot of confidence
and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. Your shit was radical.
Yep, it is radical.
It was horrible.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh,
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like
greetings.
It's deja vu.
Shout out. Good morning.
Terminator screaming, I'll be back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm flying first class. It's like
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead and kill the music. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. Oh, shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out. Greetings, DJ. How are you doing, brother? All right. Yes, I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are all here today. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, let me take care of, some housekeeping items, all right? For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. They call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, because the first H stands for honest. I am the most honest person on social media. I have no reason to lie to you folks out there, all right? We're all adults. I think honesty is the best way to handle having tough conversations, all right? You might as well imagine that I have my hand resting on a stack of Bibles, not the ones that Donald Trump sells, right? That's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. Good morning, Christopher. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Now, just because your feelings are hurt, it does not mean I owe you an apology. It takes a lot more than that, all right? But if I were wrong, I would definitely issue a public apology at that, right? And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is, you guessed it. It is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Good morning, Nathan's mom. All right, listen, we're getting off to a bit of a slow start, but we'll try to, get on track as quickly as possible. For those of you who aren't familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town, what we do is very special. We hold our friends on the right. Thank you, user K. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. Good morning, TJ. All right, and believe you me, when it comes to our friends on the right, the right is, we call them MAGA. We call them MAGA Republicans. We call them whatever they need to be called, but MAGA demons, right? We call them that because they're the most corrupt group of individuals in the United States of America, and they're a clear and present danger to our democracy. And we're going to hold them accountable for all of their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes, they have a monopoly on it, all right? And so with that being said, I got a bit of a warning or a heads up. If you are a Trump supporter, all right, and you know exactly who you are, and you are, as my good friend, Brother Swervin likes to say, factose intolerant. That means you are allergic to the facts. you end up going into convulsions when the truth starts to come out, you might want to leave this live and go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts, those fake TikTok lawyers, those fake Christians. You know who they are, the QAnon conspiracy theorist type, right? You go hang out with them, all right? But don't you dare bring your nonsense over here, ladies and gentlemen, because we will shut it down. All right, so it's going to be very uncomfortable for you if you're MAGA in this live. All right, so I'm giving you an opportunity of a lifetime to leave. All right, leave and go on about your morning. All right, but you all think I'm a liar. And because you all think that I'm a liar, I always say it like this: you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
Right?
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing? Joe Two Wolves, I see you. Good
I'm
morning.
doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom. It's Friday, we get to let our hair down a little bit and go into the weekend. No, I don't
So I
mute
got
you. Keep going.
so I got a question. Are you when do you usually go into the closet of truth?
I usually do it in the middle of the day. Why? But I haven't done it in quite a while. I haven't
Okay.
seen a cause worthy enough for Zeus to have to really do it.
Okay.
Back when we were in the thick of this the thick of this battle, I used to do it a lot more, but now the
Yeah,
trials
yeah.
and stuff are kicked off. We're kind of but if I need to, I will. What's going on?
No, 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 no. I want to make sure that I'm setting my timer, my alarm, so I can get notifications for the closet because we have a little bit more latitude over in the closet of truth.
Yes, you do. We get
So
we get to go deeper into the nitty-gritty in the closet of truth, right?
yeah, yeah. So very quickly, I'm interested in really seeing Michael Cohen. Well, I wish we could see the trial.
Right.
Isn't that funny how they will let us see the trial, what they call the trial of the century of OJ,
Yeah.
but yet they won't let us see the trial of the first ex-president. Like, why is it that the American people can't see someone of his stature being held accountable? I don't
Right.
understand.
That's a very very good question. I mean, to me, especially considering the stakes, right? We're about to go and vote. I believe they should have had the cameras in there. They should have made an exception if it's not allowed. They should have made the exception.
Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I would love to see Michael Cohen testify, and then I can imagine the camera panning over to Donald Trump
Yeah,
and seeing his face.
yeah,
That will be the screenshot of all ages right there.
yeah. I agree. I agree. But I would say that outside of that, it's been quite it's been quite interesting how they've been able to provide report outs in real time. I don't know if you're doing that, but some of these news networks they're actually reporting it out in real time. In terms of
Yeah.
what's transpiring, and I think that says a lot, right?
So what? Well, yeah, it does. But what really says more to me is that Michael Cohen was his attorney or his quote unquote fixer for over 10 years, and Michael Cohen, you know, knew even though he was working for Donald Trump, he knew that at some point he was going to have to, CYA,
Yeah,
but we're going to keep it clean. He had to cover his own butt,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
he did these recordings, and so I'm really excited to hear it. Well, we've already heard some of the recordings where we hear Donald Trump's own voice. I'm just curious, MAGA. Just like we heard the phone call with Brad Raffensperger out of Georgia, we're hearing Donald Trump's voice telling Michael Cohen to pay in cash. How do
Let
you?
me ask you that. Let me ask you
Yeah.
this: can you think of a justifiable reason for why Trump said that?
So he's just paying his attorney fees. That's what it is. He's like, I'm gonna pay you in. He's telling his attorney to pay himself in cash. That's what he was doing.
But why
We
would
got
he?
to.
Why cash? Wouldn't you? I'm imagining a majority of folks that gotta pay for legal services would want some sort of record for it, right?
Yeah. So why would you tell your attorney to pay himself in cash if this was a legal fee?
Or if your attorney says no, 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 we're gonna do it this way. Why not say, well, if we do it that way, that seems pretty shady, and we shouldn't do that. Like he should have been telling Cohen, uh, while I appreciate the effort, I'm not want to be a part of that. He should have, backed out of it in terms of,
Well,
acknowledging.
could it be because shady is as shady does?
Yep,
Could it perhaps be
yep,
because criminal minds think alike? And
mm-hmm,
even though Michael Cohen has seen the light, and we can extend grace and
yeah,
forgiveness. We can extend that to him. He still was part of making Donald Trump who he is.
Yeah.
He was still part of it.
Yeah.
So he has been held accountable. And it's just very odd to me that all these people are being held accountable for the things that they've done for Donald Trump, but yet his supporters can't see that he did anything wrong.
Yeah.
But we have had people actually go to prison
Yeah.
because of what they've done for him.
Well, you know what we're gonna do, Nutty? All right, we're gonna make sure all of his supporters they see the truth, no matter how far they try to run. We're gonna be right there, bringing this truth, like you and I are doing today, and pointing out the lies in real time, so they have no excuse for believing Donald Trump. All right?
Hey Zeus, I heard my bell, but can I just do it? Because you know Snuggles is out there. You know he's out there lurking somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Go
he's
ahead.
never too far away. Hey Snuggles, get your knee pads ready. I've always wanted to do that because Jack Smith is here.
Yeah.
Not only is Jack Smith here, Fonnie is
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
and Alvin Bragg. I love it. I love it.
Hey.
Hey Zeus, have a
I
great
love it,
weekend,
bro.
buddy.
All right. Keep up the good work. You're right. And Snuggles, go get my steaks, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty a round of applause. Actually, Snuggles, I'm changing my mind, Snuggles. I'm starting to have second thoughts about that steak. I would prefer right now to have some good catfish, fried catfish, some collard greens, some mac and cheese, and some yams, Snuggles. So just send Zeus the money for a nice soul food dinner, all right? All right. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Let's move on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. All right, listen. We are here to bring the truth, nothing but the truth. And I want to hear from those of you who have it, all right? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have here?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Comedian Shang. How are you
Yeah.
doing? You're
I'm
a
good,
comedian,
man.
huh?
Very, very much so.
Oh, okay. Where are you from?
New York.
New York. Shout out to New York. All right. Well, first of all, I got some questions to ask you, and then I'll give you your 3 minutes, all right? This is our first time doing business, correct?
Yes, this is the first time doing business.
Oh,
Absolutely.
all right. First question. Do you believe Donald Trump when he says the 2020 election was rigged?
I think that the level of insanity when he says that shit, even though every
Oh, wait. Now we got to keep it clean. But
the level of goofiness he says when he says that is crazy. Every
Yeah.
court went against him. His own Republican judges went against him, and he still puts that narrative out there because he knows there's a lot of people out there that are window lickers and crayon eaters. There's a lot of crayon eaters.
Okay. I'm going to give you that. You passed that question. Next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th?
I'd have to go all the way back to Mitch McConnell for not taking him out when they could have took him out. I would say it would be Merrick Garland for slow walking this
Well,
trial.
Garland wasn't in office in January.
But I'm saying he slow walked the whole
The
trial,
whole investigation.
the investigation and the trial because he was afraid to actually take out to persecute or prosecute a president or ex-president.
Got
So
it.
I'd say it's Mitch McConnell, and then I would say the Senate for not impeaching him initially.
But at the very top of all of those folks, would you say Trump is there?
I'd say Trump is Trump is definitely the head.
Yeah, okay, that was the answer. Good job. But I like what you said. I like how you did it. Just get them all in there. Okay, I like that. All right, last and final question. Do you believe that President Joe Biden is corrupt and he's a criminal?
No, I do not think he's corrupt.
All right. Well, listen, comedian Shane, I'm going to have to give you a follow, brother. All right. Now welcome to the show. You got 3 minutes. What do you got for us?
Okay, I think what we got to do is that the Democrats got to knuckle up. I think we're going to have to start knuckling up and start talking plain speak to get to some of these people that are in the middle and on the fence. If you don't do that, if you start talking all of this, hey, my esteemed colleague, and reach across the aisle, we need to slap them in the face with the reality of what's going on. We need to actually knuckle bundle them with truth. Knuckle bundle them with truth.
Knuckle
to the brain
bundle them.
basket. Yeah, to the brain basket And that is what we need to do. If we don't do that, if we sit back on our laurels and be like, well, I mean, the truth is obviously out there. No, you got to say it over and over again.
Union gang.
Yeah, you got to do it. It's in game. It's definitely because
Yeah.
Orange Thanos is going to definitely snap, and then it's going to be a wrap.
Yeah. I agree. We really do need to bring it straight to them the way that we're bringing it, and that's why that's part of why I do it the way that I do it, because I'm really going after the lies and the conspiracy theories, all right, and making sure we hold Donald J. Trump accountable for his crimes, all right, at record time, all right. Now let me ask you a question. In New York, what do you sense the overwhelming the people that are in your circle, right? What is their thoughts about Donald Trump? Do they support him? Do they think this is a witch hunt? How's it going over there?
No, they don't think it's the only witch that needs to be hunted is the orange witch. They're not. Stop it. They know what the deal is. I think that the wild thing about America, New York knew he was a con artist way before that. We were stunned that he even made it as far as he did. But that's because of most of the people in this country are tribal, racist, and they go by tribalism more than they go truth or facts. I mean, and so that's their reason. But now New Yorkers knew he was definitely butt jerky a long time ago.
Butt jerky. Well, I got a question. I talk to a lot of these MAGA demons, and they say, Barack Hussein Obama was the most divisive president. What are your thoughts? They say Barack Hussein Obama was the most divisive president. In your opinion, who's more divisive, Barack Hussein Obama or Donald Trump? I'm just asking.
Oh wow, you're throwing the tough ones at me.
Yeah, because you know what Obama did.
You know what? Oh my goodness, I gotta go with Trump. With Trump. Yeah.
Wait a second. What about that tan suit?
Hey, you know what? That was pretty hardcore. Yeah, he did wear a tan suit. He actually did preach hope, and hope and actually trying to get things done.
Yeah, so, Mr. Comedian Shane, let's be honest. That tan suit just shows you how far we've gone back as a country, right?
Right. Oh yeah, completely. It's like, how dare you go outside of what we told you to do? When every time I hear people talk about it, I feel like there should be this real thick country. I'll tell you right now, this black boy think he just wear tan suit. He feel like he can just talk any old way. That's what he think. I mean, a lot of these people are yogurty. A lot of them are yogurty and very, very yogurty.
Yogurty.
Yogurty. Yes.
What flavor of yogurt would you put on that?
I'd say you'll play bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel, the scuzzy stuff that's on the bottom of yogurt after a couple months.
Trying to keep a straight face with you, all right? Well, all right. You're right.
Yeah, I think that it's so tribal that it doesn't matter what goes on. That in this country, that they don't care. And I think that us trying to save the MAGA, save them, and we could reach. No, they far gone. Let the Pied Piper lead them off the cliff.
So you don't even think there's hope for these people?
No, there's no hope. No, there's no hope. No, I think that a lot of them are just they're too far gone, and I mean sometimes you got to let them. They're gultus.
Yeah,
they're definitely gultus, and I think they're just got to let them go.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Well, listen, I must say it was an honor to have met you today, and you're doing an excellent job bringing the truth, and I do really hope that you continue to come around, my good friend, all right? Because, you like I said, spot on when it comes to the facts, and, you're not afraid to tell the truth, because this is what we need more of, and I agree with you. We really do need to be bringing it a lot harder as Democrats. This is not an echo chamber.
Whoever said that. No, this is just facts and reality, which scares you, which is like sunlight to vampires to you MAGA people. And you people are just afraid. The people that are afraid to actually speak up the truth and facts is because they want to win at all costs, minority rule. And they just don't get it. Yeah. They don't get it. The majority of people are against the things that you are saying.
Yep. No lies detected. Well, listen up, comedian Shane. I appreciate you, brother. All right. It was a pleasure checking in.
All
All
right,
right.
definitely keep putting it out there. I've watched. I get just gotten into TikTok a little bit more now because I'm more of an Instagram dude. But I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I like the fact you're going at them and you're saying what it is and you're mocking them because
Yeah.
sometimes, like I use it in my comedy. I've been luckily headlining for years. I'm doing pretty good
Oh.
and
Yeah, I can tell you're polished. You're very polished. I can
yeah, no,
tell.
I'm blessed, and so
Yes.
I think that the way you do it when I watch you on here, you bring it, you make it funny, and it's still informative, and the balance of both is what makes it good. So that's why I go, yeah, this dude is on point.
All right. Well, listen, that is quite the compliment coming from you. I mean, because you're a professional at it, all right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, brother. And look again, like I said, come on back so we can continue to bring down this heavy hammer of truth on these MAGA demons because they totally deserve it, all right?
Done deal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to comedian Shang. No lies detected. Yeah. I see there's some dissension in my comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, maybe I see some dissension out there. Okay, hold on. Who's this MAGA demon out there? I see you out there, Christian Rodriguez. All right, Christian. Before I light you up, I'm gonna ask you: did you hear the warning?
If you're not happy here,
Did you hear this?
then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Did you hear that,
if you hate
Christian?
our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can.
All right, there he is. All right, we got a MAGA demon amongst us, ladies and gentlemen. Christian, what's going on?
Nothing's going on.
You
Your
sound
DNC shill
bothered.
on TikTok getting paid by DNC.
Okay, so are you gonna have a conversation? You sound bothered.
No, I plead the fifth.
Okay, that's a smart thing to do. Do you have what I asked you for at the top of the show?
Well, I plead the fifth.
No. But I asked you to bring the evidence that Joe Biden is crooked. You believe he's crooked, right?
I plead the fifth.
So then why are you in the comments spamming?
Well, I plead the fifth.
Okay, so you just what? Come on, be
I
a
plead
man,
the
be a
fifth.
man, be an adult Christian. Seriously, there's people in here
Well,
that
that's
want to
what-
know
that's
where
what-
you
that's what
stand.
they wanted.
They want to
Yeah,
know where
I
you
understand.
stand. Now, so
Well,
let's cut the games, bro. Let's cut.
Well,
the
I'm
games.
just saying that's exactly what they were thinking when the U.S. district attorney for what talked on Congress, and he just kept saying, "I plead the fifth" when they asked him questions. So I think it's fair that I do the same thing. I plead the fifth
Okay, but what are you pleading the fifth on? I don't get what you're pleading. I mean, what crime are you being charged with?
of being a MAGA demon, which is false. So I plead the fifth.
Oh, so you don't think you're a MAGA demon?
Well, I plead the fifth.
Okay, do you support Donald Trump?
I plead the fifth. You see how funny that is?
No, it's funny to me because you're wasting your time saying that. You have nothing to offer in terms of this conversation.
The
and you're just
district DA
no,
was also
no,
wasting his time when he said it too.
You're just revealing how poorly educated you are. You get
So
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
district DA of Washington poorly educated also?
No, you. And I tried
But
to
it-
I tried to help you,
Oh,
Mr.
but it's okay
Mr.
for him.
Mr. Rodriguez. Is it okay if I call you that? I tried to actually make you seem like a reasonable individual, because I'm one of the nicer people when I talk to the MAGA demon. But what I see, Mr. Rodriguez, is that you got a lot of work to do, all right? So what I'm going to do, Mr. Rodriguez, is I'm going to help you get back to what you were doing. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving nasty, deranged Rodriguez what he deserves, right? He's following in Donald J. Trump's footsteps, pleading the fifth, which obviously means he's guilty, right? Join me in giving him what he deserves. A round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Christian.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Christian, for the record, you are a MAGA demon. I understand the language of MAGA. The language of MAGA is MAGAnese. All right, Christian? And it's coming out of your mouth. I see it in the chat. You don't have to tell us you're MAGA. You understand how this works? You're an election denying, QAnon conspiracy believing insurrectionist, a seditionist, treasonous traitor. MAGA. It's all over your account. It's all over your profile. Christian, do me a huge favor, mister. Get professional help. Delete this app. All right, you don't need to be on TikTok. Get off of whatever platform you're on. Stay off of X. And either if you come on, listen to this special broadcast because you just might learn something. But other than that, Christian, you're done, bro. Snuggles has done a number on you, Christian. Snuggles, Snuggles, man, I gotta give it to you, Snuggles. I mean, I don't know how you get these folks to actually buy what you're selling. It's the most bizarre thing I have ever seen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, my good friend, the beautiful Shay. Oh,
Hey.
Yes.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, all right. We have quite the show today, huh?
I'll tell you, we really do, don't we? It is interesting. So the guy that gets on and just sits there and goes, please the fifth, please the fifth. What DA in Washington was he talking about? Do we even know?
No. What is that, Shay?
Those are some of the Donald Trump supporters literally putting up a sign saying real men wear diapers.
Wow.
I mean, they're just flat out going, okay, fine.
So they're head first into this nonsense, right?
Oh yeah. They don't care at this point. They're like, sure, he's on shits and pants. He's wears a diaper. Whatever. We're still gonna. He's a felon. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, he's a liar. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't care.
Wow.
For him. They're just.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't care. They don't care about our country.
No.
They don't care about our republic, democracy. They don't care about the Constitution.
I heard that there is a growing number of Republicans. I don't know the exact statistic, but they're starting to show more solidarity with Russia, Vladimir Putin in particular.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about MAGA openly embracing Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, it's very hard to wrap my head around this because this is the party of Reagan, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
Right. And so when I talk about the fact that the Republican Party and the reason I left the Republican Party is because they have changed.
Right.
Fundamentally changed.
Right.
From when I was, this hammers this. If you go back, Ronald Reagan was the guy that led us out of the Cold War. He stood up against Russia, right?
Yeah.
The old Soviet Union. He absolutely was that guy. Tear down this wall, all this stuff, Gorbachev, do all this stuff. And Gorbachev actually was a fascinating leader of the Soviet Union because he was the one that led the perestroika, which was basically an open door policy. He allowed freedom of thought and press for the first time. He just did a lot.
Yes.
Pretty incredible. And then you go to Vladimir Putin, who's been in power for over 20 years. Supposedly he has elections, quote unquote, right?
Yeah,
supposedly, but you see what happens to his real opponents, like Navalny, right? So if someone starts to take traction, they will lose their lives.
Yep.
People do get a chance to vote, but for some odd reason, Vladimir Putin takes 95% of the vote every time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's unheard of. So I don't know what you're laughing about, conservative Democrat. You are such a lost puppy, as I've said before.
Yeah. Conservative Democrat, you don't need to express how you feel when the truth comes out. Just sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. You might learn something, you and your little MAGA demon friends. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's really sad. And so the only thing I can see is their attraction to Putin is because Trump said he's a smart guy, right? They listen to everything Trump says. And so they're like, well, he's a smart guy, right? Quote unquote. He's a billionaire, quote unquote.
Wow.
He's a businessman, quote unquote. So, well, if he thinks he's smart, then we should think he's smart. And honestly, I think a lot of it is they don't really know who Vladimir Putin is. Honestly, I don't think they really care. It's all about owning the libs. It's just all about owning us. It's all about winning. So if Donald Trump and the MAGA party is saying Putin is okay, Ukraine bad, right?
Yeah.
They're just going along with the narrative. They don't even really understand who Putin is. They honestly do not care. They
Nope.
are on the side that supports it. So that's it.
Yeah.
This is all
Yeah.
I think. I don't think past that. I don't care past that.
Wow. Just a
Right?
bunch of
where
snowflake
it goes.
individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have their own. They don't think for themselves. They feel like this is a football game.
Wow.
They don't actually care about progress in this country.
Wow.
Don't care about people's rights. They don't care. They're like, I'm on this football team. This is my team. I don't care how many times we lose. I'm still gonna vote this way. It doesn't matter.
Tell them,
It's
Shay.
sad to see it. It's really sad to see it. And no, I'm not saying the left is perfect. I'm not saying no. It has nothing to do with that. That's what you guys don't understand. It's like I'm on the team, but look at this and look at that. Yeah. Look at over here. I mean,
Yeah.
both sides have their issues.
Yeah.
What side is absolutely promoting progress in this country and protection of our republic and constitution? That's what you need to start looking at more than
Bingo.
anything. You also need to look at financial stats and actually follow that a Democrat, anytime he or she is in office, one day we might have a she,
Yep.
is in office, the economy absolutely gets recovered and does better. And that's
Bingo.
an absolute fact. That's a
Bingo.
fact. You can argue that to the day you come home and you look like an idiot, but it's just facts.
Tell them,
But-
Shay.
So your
All
leader
facts.
wears diapers. Your leader is obviously very sleepy. There you go. As I talked about yesterday, the projection of Donald Trump, anything he says, he's doing. Okay?
Tell
If
him,
he
Shay.
says that's going. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is, yesterday he said he came out and said that I can't testify when he was asked if he could testify.
What's the update with that? I heard
Yeah.
the judge said something about that.
Yeah, he did. He said that, he said, well, because I have a gag order, I can't testify. And then the judge came out this morning and said, by the way, he can testify. It has nothing to do with the gag order. Yeah. He cleared it up. Yeah.
So once again, we've caught Trump in another lie.
Absolutely. We caught Trump in another lie. So, it is what it is.
It
So
is what it is,
I
right?
hope the firemen enjoyed their little pizzas and little political stunt, but hey,
Yeah.
it's all good. But
Yeah,
anyway.
they can have that pizza, but we're not buying that he actually is a good person because
No,
he gave
it's so
pizza out
silly.
seriously.
What did he have? 2 pizzas on his hand with the
Yeah.
whole fire department over there? That's pretty
Yeah.
funny. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
All right, well, listen,
that's
Shay,
all I
thank
got
you.
for you. Have a great day, everybody in the
All
kingdom.
right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Shay a round of applause. No lies detected. Union Gang, let's go. Oh my gosh, thank you, Union Gang. Shout out to Union Gang, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you see what we're doing? We're bringing the truth at every level, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, thank you, Tracy, for the subscription. You are all amazing. Good morning, Brother Swerve. How you doing, my good
What
friend?
up, Big Zeus?
Big Zeus, good morning. How are you doing, my man? I'm bringing the truth, Your Majesty. Silence.
I'm
Sorry.
hanging in there today, Zeus. I'm just
I
hanging
see
in
you,
there.
G-Man. You're hanging in there. What are you thinking in terms of what's been happening so far on the show? Do we have some people in here who are having a hard time really dealing with, what we're talking about?
Well, I definitely liked comedian Shane there,
Okay, yeah.
who called him butt jerky. I think I'm gonna be stealing that one. Okay.
You're right.
These people are, everything that Donald Trump has called the Democratic left and Democrats. That's what they actually are. They're the vermin. They are
Yep.
the disgusting pieces of America that should be buried under a closet somewhere or in a crawl space,
Yeah.
never to see the light of day again, because all they do is infect the rest of the world with their bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I got you,
sorry.
Swerve. Oh my God! But keep going. Keep going.
I'm sorry. But that's all they do.
So you believe that they are infecting the rest of the country with their BS? Could you give us an example of what you mean when you say that? Because they think that they're actually saving the country.
Well, we had this morning on Angie's Live. This guy named Hoodie was in there, also known as Hoodlum. I watched
Mm.
this guy get dog walked by RTP earlier this
Oh.
week. I
Oh.
watched April dog walk him yesterday. And lo
Oh.
and behold, here he is for the third time on Angie's Live this morning, making the
Mm.
same aspersions and claims about Trump had a right to those documents. Okay? And all he does is jump from live to live. Like, he's like
Mm.
this in his real life. Like, is he going from grocery store to grocery store to the
Wow.
dairy aisle going, Trump had a right to those documents?
Wow.
And people look at him like, who the hell are you talking to? We're like, what?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm buying milk. I ain't got nothing to do with no
Could
doggone
you could
document.
you could you could you clarify the truth on the matter in terms of those documents for those who might not understand?
Well, first of all, there's a process that must be gone through. It must be
Okay.
adhered to. Okay.
Okay.
And my last 3 years in the Navy, I was a big part of that process.
Okay.
In fact, I have a letter on my wall from Bill Clinton thanking me for the work that I did in that
Okay.
process.
Okay.
The
I love it.
president has to make a request, just like anybody else. They
Okay.
have to make a request to have something declassified.
Correct.
They make the request, and then that request would come to me.
Okay. I'm
And
listening. I'm listening.
I would contact the corresponding department, if it was an NSA document. I would
Mm.
contact the NSA and say, hey, I'm sending over a request from the White House for this to be declassified. They say, okay, I just an FYI, it's on its way over.
Yeah.
And we use a secure email system known as GroupWise.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All
We're
right.
getting deep into
So we
it. All
could
right.
we could scan it and send it straight through the email back then, back
Right.
in the late 90s. We had that technology.
Yes.
And once we sent it to them, they got it in a timely fashion. When I would get the request, Zeus,
Yeah.
I had at least 2 hours to make contact with the corresponding department. That's why I
Okay.
always called first. Then I gave them the information, the reason the White House is requesting it to be declassified.
Right.
And then the NSA would take it and say, they would go and find the document, they would look at it.
So there's like a pretty lengthy process, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
it's
what you're
not
saying, we
something.
can't do it with our mind.
No, and you can't just wave a magic wand and do it either. There
Ken
has to
Ray.
be.
Shh. Ken Ray.
It must be done legitimately. He cannot just wave a magic wand going levite las manos declassification. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Got it. Got it. So
And he had no right to those documents. NARA gets the documents first, and then they can tell him what he can and cannot have.
right.
That's pretty much how it works.
Got
You
it.
can
Got
even
it.
go
Got
back
it.
to NARA like Joe Biden did, like President Obama did, and
Okay.
he can request specific documents for their own memoirs or libraries. And NARA can either say yes or no. And if they say no, you don't get the document.
Got
It's as
it.
simple as that.
Got it.
It's as
Got it.
simple as that.
Well, listen. I
Zeus,
love it.
I did want to touch on this and see if you can. Here's what I would like you to start asking these MAGA demons when they come up, if you could.
Okay, let's get it.
Okay. Because as you start talking about January 6th, I keep seeing the comments going through, oh my God, the Fed set it all up. Nancy Pelosi set him up. How
They
did
still
the
say
Fed-
that?
Oh, yeah, those comments were going through while you were talking about January 6th.
Gosh.
Um,
Wow.
ask them specifically, how did Nancy Pelosi set up a rally for Donald Trump? How did she do that? How did she make Donald Trump say, send your people to the Capitol?
You mean the way that he put it on Twitter, be there, be wild?
Yeah. How did she set him up for that?
Union Day.
I'd really
MAGA.
like to know.
MAGA, do you hear the question? How did Nancy Pelosi get Donald Trump to be a part of this conspiracy?
How did Nancy Pelosi get Donald Trump to or pretty much implicate himself in January 6th? How did she pull that off?
I would love to get an answer to
If
that.
she pulled that off, look, my hat's off to her.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to hear that.
Because once again, Nancy Pelosi made the Republicans look
she-
like fools. So, listen, brother, I heard my bell. I'm not going to take up no more of your time. You be
All right.
well. To the kingdom, y'all be good. Y'all be safe and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
All right,
Take
ladies
care,
and
brother.
gentlemen. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Brother Swerving No Lies Detective. All right. No lies detected. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I see we got some demons out there. Okay. Who is this? Hold on. Somebody said that Restitution wanted to talk to Big Zeus. Retribution, come on up here and explain yourself. What do you want to say to me? What do you want to say to Zeus? What do you want to say to Zeus, Mr. Restitution? Going once, going twice. Well, I guess Retribution has nothing else to say. You know what I'm going to do? Well, since you're afraid to get in the box, Retribution, I'm going to give you what you deserve. You guessed it, another round of booze and shame for Retribution. See? He shook. Retribution. Listen up, champ. You've been exposed. Go Dogs has been exposed. Conservative Democrat has been exposed. If I were you, I would really knock it off and cut it out. Zeus is paid propagandist. Oh, okay. Listen, guy from KC, do me a favor. Go get your main account and come on back in here and talk to Big Zeus, all right? I would love to see the evidence to support such a claim. Good morning, G-Man. I see you, Mishi, all right? Good morning, G-Man. How are you doing?
Good morning. This is Mike point four. I got point five, point six, point seven. And I don't do too much live because these white green snowflakes left the report can't handle the truth of the wrath of the G-Man. I did my civic duty here.
Okay.
Thank you for creators like yourself, Ange, Dark, the DJ, everybody on the left, the more left than me, give me the knowledge. I'll be 60, about a little over a month. But Georgia, early voting start this Monday
Okay.
to next Friday. I did
Good.
my part in and out.
Yep.
And the main date in the primary Georgia is the 21st. The earlier you had time, do it, people.
Yes.
Do it. Because this is what they did. They had so-called two primaries here. February, just the president. I was in and out less than that, about 3 minutes.
Right.
This is the main primary. And also, since I registered as a Democrat, believe it or not, I was independent. They
Okay.
asked certain questions like common sense gun control,
Yeah.
clean energy,
Yeah.
about police brutality. I vote all of them yes because it's affecting not just me, everybody, regardless of what you are. So please vote, people, wherever what state you do, especially the primary Georgia. The amendments, they passed amendments through the primaries because they know a lot of people don't pay attention in the primaries, and that's why they affect the law to some of these young folks. They said, "Oh, I don't vote; it doesn't matter."
Right.
And I always told them, "No, if you don't vote, don't complain."
If you ain't voting, you say, if you ain't voting, don't complain.
But we need to inform them. I see this what I was the age, the same old scenario. And
What's
I
that?
said, please, folks, be more persistent of your voting. Who look at this controversial of the scandal of people that you're voting, good and the bad. They're gonna make it look good to vote, but still.
Yeah.
But Zeus, keep what you're doing with those three perpetrators you talk about.
Yeah.
They were the other people live trolling. That so-called gold dog was trolling.
Go dog,
Little
nasty
Color
dog.
Fly,
Yeah.
And the guy that claimed to be conservative,
Conservative
we try to
Democrat.
be-
Yeah. Conservative
we
D.
try to be respectful, but he was doing but a troll. He's too ashamed that he just put a conservative MAGA. He put a Democrat because he don't want to look at himself ashamed. They're showing the battle himself. But be careful. They just nothing but troll. They're wasting your time. They're wasting your time. And reputation. I already showed a picture of how I look like. I challenge you, if you have the balls, to show your picture, turn on the camera on, and show who you are.
Oh.
You heard it for your. If you don't, you need to change your name to G-Man's bitch if you don't turn on the camera. I'm telling you right now, I can't tire you. Wait, those fake pictures that doesn't look like you because you're too ashamed of one. And don't harass women too behind the DM too.
Wow.
That's disrespectful. All right, this is the me. This is how I come across. I'm born and raised in New York. I'm straightforward to the point.
Get him.
Just like Trump, you're my MAGA. So
wow. Oh
peace, my brother. Thank you for your time. Have a safe weekend, everybody.
All right. You too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to G-Man. You know what we call that for you, Retribution? You know what we call that?
Fatality.
You're done, bro. You're done. We don't want to hear from you, Mr. Nasty Retribution. Oh, I see you sent Zeus a guest request, Retribution. Interesting. Good morning, Mishi. How are you doing? Are you there, Mishi? Good morning.
Oh yeah, I was just resting my big, beautiful brown eyes and trying to take it all in.
Oh, like their cult leader is doing in the courtroom. Notice he didn't say anything about farting, right? Isn't that something?
No. Anyway, I'm wondering if Retribution is as fragile as his leader Trump. Because if people can notice, Trump can't take any kind of criticism. He's such a little fragile snowflake. And it's interesting that you alpha males put him up there on a pedestal because he can't take it. Right? They came after him because he was falling asleep. Just just own it, you know?
Yeah.
Just sit there and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm bored. I fell asleep. But instead, he has to come after Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, he hurt my feelings. Howard Stern, Rosie O'Donnell, Colin Jost. And like he has to go up to, they're losers. They have like, right?
Yeah.
A strong leader doesn't do that. And if you notice, Joe Biden doesn't pay that stuff any attention.
Nope.
Trump's bullying him all the time. You MAGA, Fox News is calling him names. And Joe Biden stays here.
Yeah.
Above it all, because that's what a real leader does.
Amen. Tell him, Mishi. Tell him.
Like, I mean, he's not even going after the fact that his son's being indicted. He's like,
yeah.
right? And you've got Trump. The courtroom's too cold.
Oh.
A real strong man doesn't want people to feel sorry for him. And that's all Trump is doing, is trying to make you all feel sorry and bad for him.
Wow. What about the money side? You know, Retribution has been crying, Mishi, that Trump keeps taking his money. And then he'll get around here and say Trump is super wealthy and has lots and lots of money. What would you say to someone like Retribution who can't buy eggs right now, can't even put gas in his car right now because, you know, his love for Donald Trump is so strong?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I say a couple of things. What does he think that Donald Trump is going to do to bring down the cost of his eggs? Donald Trump is for big corporate America. He gave them some of the largest tax breaks, and none of that trickled down to you. If it did, your eggs would be cheaper right now.
Oh, wow. So you're talking about his tax plan that was passed. That didn't help Retribution out? Because
it didn't help Retribution. I don't think Retribution's got a lot of money.
Well, wait a second, Mishi. You must not have heard. He said he has 4 PhDs.
That wouldn't make you necessarily have a lot of money.
Retribution, you're getting roasted, bro.
I don't think so. But I mean, if he has 4 PhDs, I'm really, really surprised. And I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. But he's like Donald Trump, is a little bit and he won't debate. He won't debate on the debate stage, right? He refused to debate Nikki Haley. He wouldn't debate Chris Christie because he's scared. So is Retribution not coming up here?
Oh, he wants to. He wants to. Let's see if he wants to come up here. Retribution, where are you at, Retribution? Come on up here, Restitution. But you know what, Mishi? I think you scared him. He was.
I do that.
He was in the queue, but I guess after you got done with him, he doesn't want no part of you.
I mean, these people really think that Donald Trump is going to get into office. Hey, Oscar Mayer, I need you to do me a favor. Can you lower the price of your bacon, please? He's for capitalism. In his own words, he actually said shrinkflation, right? Where companies are charging you less.
Yeah.
Are charging you more for less.
Right.
He goes, if I had a business, I'd do that too. He doesn't care about your costs. Those are his words.
Wow. You hear that, Retribution and Conservative D and any of you other MAGA demons out there that keep thinking somehow Donald Trump is going to rescue you in your checkbooks and your checking accounts after he's taken all the money?
Maybe you've heard the plan. Have you heard the plan?
No. All I've heard is him crying every day on his social media platform. By the way, would you advise his supporters to buy any stock in Truth Social? Yes or no?
I think that they should invest everything they have. If they truly believe that he is this amazing businessman and he can run the country better than anybody else, then you should invest everything that you got into True Social. That you're saving up for your kids' college, put it all on red.
Oh, well, that's quite sound financial advice, Mishi.
Thank you.
And you heard it, MAGA. If you really believe in what Donald Trump is doing, go ahead and buy as much stock as you can. All right.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thanks for
All right.
having me.
Well,
Suze.
no problem. And thank you for visiting us. It's always a pleasure to have you, Mishi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Mishi a round of applause. No lies detected.
I'm a fragile snowflake.
Yeah. You scared Retribution off, so you deserve let's give her another round of applause for scaring Retribution off. What a chicken. Yeah. All right, if he comes back up here, all right, we'll deal with him, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, all right, let's move it along. Oh my goodness, we got quite the individuals today. Oh, we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, Union Gang! My brother, what's going on? Hey.
What up with you, man? You know how we do. Yeah, Mugga. We got you. TGIF, Mugga. I love to see Orange Jesus hanging out on trial, man. And 88 felonies kicking in, baby. You know that boy gonna be a convicted felon by the summer. Oh, I can't wait, baby. I can't wait to see him out here.
It's a witch hunt. Don't you
baby.
See it?
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do, Maga? When he get locked down, who you gonna pray to with the rata ata ata ata? Right? What are y'all gonna do when that boy get locked up? Who gonna help you lower the price of eggs and bacon? But you running around here with tattoos on your upper thigh, man, praying to this charlatan. Come on, man. Maga, they stay in their feelings, man. They be crying. They was crying all week for Trump, man. It seems like, yes, every time he gets on Untrue Social and start tweeting, it's like a siren call, man, for him. They come out and be like, don't say anything about Orange Jesus. And notice he's the biggest victim. Yeah. Now it's a two-tier system. Now it's a two-tier system for rich white men. Right now, all of a sudden, it's a two-tier system after you broke every law in America. Yeah. And you finally being held to account. Who knew Stormy Daniels to the rescue? Who knew out of the 88 felonies, these 34 may be adjudicated now before the election? Wow. And this is why they're so uptight. This is why they're losing their mind. They're rolling against everything. Wow. And guys, no matter what you do, no matter how much the Supreme Court tap dancing for you, no matter what, that trial is going on. That judge not hearing none of that. I think by July we party. As soon as he gets convicted, you know it's going down, baby. We're going to be over here. Hey. And don't worry, Maga. We got you. We got the BLM binky. You get a binky. And you get a binky. We got the BLM binky. And we got the I like to cry a lot binky. And we're going to be out here just putting them out here for you, Maga. Wow. Because they cannot understand what is it that you're going to do. You put all your hopes and dreams in the Titanic again after watching it get sunk in 2020. And you got right back on the ship again? Like, we're going to get back on it. Right? We crushed you in the 2020 election. And we're going to crush you again, baby. Yeah. In Jesus' name. Wow. Man, we're going to crush them, man. We're going to crush them. I'm here for it. Yeah. I am here for every bit of the Magateers. Just like I said, guys, cults require sacrifice. And we know the MAGA cult is the biggest cult in American history. Yeah. And they're going to be right there lining up, drinking that Tang flavor aid for Orange Jesus once he gets convicted. Lord have mercy. Because they don't have, notice this guy, he's not even talking about his VP yet. No. They don't know who they going to pick because it's all about the Trump show. Wow. They don't have an interesting. Why hasn't he brought up who his VP is going to be? What's he holding on to? What's he holding out for? I'm thinking he has to, whoever it is, they got to be willing to pardon him for his crimes. Right? Because he know if he go to jail, he can't be out there on the campaign trail. And so he got to have an insurance plan to get him out of jail. Yeah. Right? The problem is, you can't pardon state charges, bro. Right? So they're gonna be in the pickle. Yeah. Right? And this is why they shook because of the New York case and really the Fondy case down there in Georgia. That racketeering, baby, you guarantee 5 years in Fulton County, man. They're not ready for that. Wow. This guy's not ready for that life. Wow, but so my side bets are in. Wait a second though. Could you speak on how this is all Joe Biden going after
their cult leader, because honestly, he wouldn't be in this situation if he wasn't winning in the polls, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's the issue, right? It's all what,
It's
MAGA.
Terry.
Every accusation is a confession.
Correct.
And so this is what they do because he went after. Remember, Mister Lock her up with Hillary Clinton. Right. It was everybody. He weaponized the DOJ against Black Lives Matter. He wanted his allies put in prison, and now Joe has been hands off because it could have been me. Yeah. Right. Look how Joe been hands off on this. So he let the slow grind of justice finally hold this guy accountable. And Lord knows it took long enough.
It did.
He should have been in jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of us believe this should have happened as soon as he walked out of the White House. He should have walked right into a jail cell.
That part. Because insurrection should never been tolerated. None. January 6th is a day will forever live in infamy.
Oh, you know
every
what?
treasonous traitor that went down there got to be punished.
I'm glad you brought up the insurrection. So this presidential immunity argument, what are your thoughts about the whole Supreme Court and the presidential immunity?
I think we have to come after the Supreme Court, right? The Supreme Court has really become a supreme joke. Remember, they wasted no time saying that he was eligible to be on the ballot. They wasted no time with that. They've been slow walking this thing. We already know that presidents are not kings. Right. Otherwise, Washington wouldn't have had to relinquish power. Right. They wouldn't have had to pardon Nixon. Right. So we already know that it's a farce of an argument. It shouldn't even waste of time. But because Trump got political appointees up there, they're trying to get him covered to delay before the election. Because they know if they say he has unlimited immunity, that means Biden is king. Right. And so they can't come out and say that. So the best they could do is be like, well, let's reframe the argument and kick it down to lower courts. Right, because they are bought and paid for. And guys, that's why we have to understand. Just like they got Project 2025, we need to come for Project Democracy and come for everything. We need to come for the Supreme Court. We need to come for this document right here, the Constitution. Yeah. Every one of us should be treated like a rich white man. And that's why even when Trump goes down, our work is not complete until we purge MAGA from power completely. Bingo. And we have to come to this, so it shouldn't be up to these people who gets to vote, who has bodily autonomy or any of those things. We got to come for everything.
Amen.
Because as long as we leave those guys around, they will continue. Listen, guys, they will never accept Trump being in there. When Trump goes to prison, his acolytes in Congress and the Supreme Court will work to free him again. Wow. Because it's a cult. So understand, guys, they will not accept it. Just like they didn't accept the Civil War losses, they still run around here hundreds of years later with those treasonous Confederate flags. Yeah. They still be running around with those Trump flags when Trump goes to prison. And he going to prison, baby. Well, he going straight to prison.
And one last thing and you brought it up when you were speaking on the Civil War. For the blacks for Trump, what would we say to the blacks for Trump out there, brother? All right, the butter and biscuit types. They like that.
Oh, yes, the buck dancers, right? We got all kind of special music for them. Because remember, when the blacks for Trump, like all the other sellouts, they out here for likes, clicks, and follows. Oh. So they're really members of the Motisa tribe. Oh. They'll do anything to get that butter biscuit, right? No matter how low they got to go, right? Like Candace Owens and Sambo Scott, anything, master, anything to butter your bread. And that's, like I said, all MAGA has a price. And most of these guys, they do it for the likes, clicks, and follows.
Wow.
And that's why,
care about the Constitution.
No, and really, guys, it's all fake. It's all staged.
Right. Oh no, you can finish.
I appreciate you. Hey, but that's what I'm saying. So they always, if you look at Trump's rallies, they always got the token. They always got the token black guy there, knowing that 93% of black women voted against Trump and 7% of black men voted against Trump, but they still somehow in their mind. They're so desperate for the black vote. This is why they're making up all these shirts and running around here and saying that, pushing this false narrative that blacks are voting for Trump. Yeah. Why would we be Negroes for nooses? Are you kidding me? Right? You think we gonna roll with the Confederacy? I wouldn't be. Hey, I love what you're doing, man. I love how you bringing that heat to them in the daytime, and I'm gonna drag them to hell at night.
I love it, bro. We appreciate it, man. I'm going to be there with you, brother, all right? And I know I haven't been MIA, but I've been seeing you behind the scenes, keeping up the good work, my brother. All right?
Yeah, that's why I want to jump on and rally with you, man. I got much love for what you're doing out here.
All right.
Give that heat to those MAGA demons.
Amen. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're following Union Gang if you really want to see someone going in on MAGA, all right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Union Gang a round of applause. All love here. All right, hey, see, that's my brother right there, ladies and gentlemen. You see, MAGA, these people get out here on TikTok and they say, Zeus, You push a lot of hate on your platform. This isn't hate. This is love. You see all these people coming up in the box and spreading love. Hey, Union Gang! You got all the panelists that come up here. These are awesome and amazing individuals, all right? Some of them actually host a lot better lives than I do. You know, I can only do so much in my small amount of time before I, got to get up out of here, all right? Oh, look at that. And look at this. We have another great one. Oh, my God. Look at all the love today. This is amazing. Good morning, Straight Facts. How are you?
What's going on, Kingdom and Zeus? You know I had to come on up in here. I see
Hey. Yeah. Oh, my God. Thank
Yes, sir. You know, Zeus, you didn't tell. I got a bone to pick with you, Zeus.
you. Oh, thank you for the train. Yes, okay. Well, go ahead and go
Well, my
ahead and
bone to pick with you, Zeus, is you didn't tell me when the moment that people considered you a big creator on TikTok, that's even some of your allies would go against you. You
Oh.
didn't tell me that, Zeus.
Oh, you know how it goes out here, right? You know how it gets out here
Wow,
in these nasty
wow.
streets.
These
But
streets are so messy, Zeus, that we even got to watch out for our allies so they don't take our eyes off the prize, baby. Because I
yep.
think that everything is set to try to take our eyes off the prize, and that prize is keeping Trump out of that White House under
Amen.
any means necessary, right?
Yep. I mean, and you know what I say is there's no shortcut to actual success if you're really trying to get it, right? And so where I'm at, where you're at, I really do believe, and not just you, a lot of us, it's really a reflection of how hard you really work to do what you're doing. And so when people do that, you just kind of got to go, well, the proof is in the pudding. We'll see. I'll see you wherever I see you. That's how that works, right? And so,
That's right. That's
you've
right,
been doing
Zeus.
it.
And I'm so glad that we were all able to meet up and team up and get
Yeah.
together and bring these facts to you every morning at
Yeah.
7:30 to 9:30. Then you come on after that, and
Yeah.
then Union Gang, like he said, he ties it up in the evening. So you
Yeah.
guys, you got a whole smorgasbord of facts that you can
Amen.
get right on into. Bring your kids on. My next mission is to start trying to bring younger adults in. Start trying to
Amen.
relate to those kind of children, or not children, adults, because they're just coming into the folds of this voting game, I'm gonna call it. So
Exactly.
we got to make sure that we don't mismanage or be irresponsible with our leadership. It dawned on me that we as Gen Xers, because most of us are
Yeah.
Gen Xers, we're the ones who brought F the police and rap music. So I think it's our job to lead the young adults in the right way, because we are now at the top of the pile, and it
Amen.
is our responsibility to make sure that they take advantage of all of their privileges. And voting is a privilege, just like driving
Amen.
is a privilege. Voting is a privilege as well.
Amen. You're right. And part of that responsibility, right? A lot of the reason I'm not always on TikTok, right, is because, we get out here and you start to realize there's a lot more going on than what you were just kind of, taught growing up. And so I have to actually now spend a lot of time researching a lot more American history, which is to me why I think we're in the situation we're in now as a country. I don't think a majority of people know all the stuff that happened in the United States leading up to where we're at now, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Not only that, I think that they don't understand that we were a great people before slavery, that we
Yeah.
didn't just start at slavery. So I think we owe it to them to bring that information to them as well. So you guys don't think just because when the election is over with that we're going to stop. Even when Joe Biden wins, we're still going to be coming to you and bringing you facts about yourself, the history of Black people, the history of the United States of America, because the history of the United States of America is Black people. Right?
Amen. Tell them straight facts. Get them. No lies
is
detected.
that's right, is black, is history. So what we got to do is we just got to stay vigilant, and we got to make sure that we don't get our eye off the prize. The prize is saving this democracy, and I didn't say just saving black people, I said saving this democracy. We got to stay on course. I don't care about all this TikTok bullshit.
Amen. Oh
Excuse
my.
my language.
Wow.
Excuse my language. I
Let's go.
always mess around and mess up. But
Yeah,
I don't care about any of this TikTok mess. We are out here to do what we need to do, and that is to save this democracy. So y'all can put y'all personal feelings aside. Stop worrying about pocket checking folks. Stop worrying about the views and worry about getting up underneath this Union Gang banner. And let's get this thing done.
All right. You ain't lying. It never was about the views and the likes, right? We start out. You start out. I remember, and people, a lot of the Trump supporters that know me, that are also some of my biggest critics, they know if it's 5 people in here or 100 or where we got 600 now, it's the same content. Same content. I'm not changing up the recipe. Oh no, we're gonna continue to deliver this truth.
Continue. Slow Motion sent me a message saying that he heard me talking the other day and his sons listened to it, and I said that's exactly what we're here for.
Yeah,
that's what we are here for. So just understand this: it won't stop, don't stop. We gonna be here till the wheels fall off.
Amen.
We gonna make sure that everybody knows what the hell is going on.
Amen.
We're not gonna let y'all whitewash this goddamn on history.
Amen.
I didn't say the bad word. I said dang on history.
Oh yeah. You swerving and hitting corners the way you supposed to. I like what you're doing. All right. I like what you're doing. You got your seatbelt on.
And we're gonna make sure we stay unified in our efforts.
Yep. Keep the personal stuff off the app. Focus
that part. You're my brother. Union Gang, my brother. Boss Diva, my sister. Miss Morningstar is my sister. You feel me? Yeah. Everybody in our family is gonna stay. Listen. We ain't got time to be funking. All we got time for is to bring these straight facts. And guess what, MAGA? Cry some more, MAGA. I got a cup for you.
Oh! No lies detected!
Love y'all, Kingdom. I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. I really appreciate y'all.
Listen, that's mad love. You get mad love. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's mad love out here. And thank you, Straight Facts, for having the courage and conviction to be able to come in here and tell the truth this bright and early on a Friday morning, all right?
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Straight Facts a round of applause. No lies detected, See, the thing is, when you're in a position of leadership, which is what a lot of us are in, we're not always going to agree on everything. And I don't want people to always agree with me because I'm not running a dictatorship, right? And I also learned in life early, in terms of being successful, you want to have as many diverse inputs as possible. That way you can come up with a better outcome, all right? And so if you want to be one of those bury your head in the sand and only listen to Donald Trump individuals, then you're going to be in the world you're in right now where you feel like you're always under attack. But if you've been out here and engaging and being subjected to the scrutiny that a lot of us larger creators are having to deal with, then you understand that, sometimes when people challenge you, it actually turns out to be a good thing because it makes you a better individual, right? All right, let's bring up RC Dubs. I see you, my good friend, my brother RC.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Oh my goodness.
How am I going to follow Straight Facts and you? All right, but to pick up on what she was saying though, they actually are trying. Let me see if I can bring this up. I'm going to show you something real quick.
Let's go.
Because somebody put out this morning. Is this it? No. Hold on 1 second. My apologies.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you understand RC is a heavy hitter out here. So don't think for a second, and I'm talking to you, Retribution and Restitution, whatever you call yourself, or conservative, you know what? Don't think for a second that you got a soft target up here.
I'll post it in a little bit. But somebody was out here, actually, they were blaming Joe Biden for not reacting to COVID in 2020. You want to talk about revisionist history? Blaming Biden. I'll post it later. Somebody was literally blaming Biden for 2020 and the reaction to COVID. They can't be honest about anything. What I was going to say earlier when I first requested was, if I
Yeah.
had been gullible enough to have
And
fallen for Trump, and say I was that gullible, and I
yeah.
thought Trump was actually going to be a decent president.
Yeah.
If I really had been that gullible, on day one, I hear him lie to me about his crowd size. And then everything that he promised going forward, that he
Yeah.
campaigned on,
Yeah.
he actually cut his own taxes. That's not what he promised. He promised to build a wall. He didn't do that. Steve Bannon ripped us off.
Yep.
There was no improvement in jobs or GDP like he promised.
Right.
He didn't replace ACA like he promised. He
Repeal and
didn't have a
replace.
COVID plan to respond to, even though he was given one by the previous administration.
Right.
That's the reason he didn't want to take responsibility in 2020. He wanted to
Wow.
leave it up to the states and the corporations so they could take the hit. Well,
Wow.
corporations, the reason they closed and didn't want to have employees coming and working or customers showing up at the businesses was they didn't want to be held liable for
Oh.
having it spread the disease like Trump was doing when he held rallies that eventually unalived Herman Cain.
Wow.
So if I was a Trump supporter and I had been gullible enough to believe in him, at some point I would think I'd have enough self-respect to realize I'd been used and lied to, and all he did was rip me off. He never delivered any promises. He never delivered any policy. He never delivered anything positive for this country. And ultimately, all he did was improve his own bank account off
Wow.
potentially foreign entities, violating the Constitution. Then he says he wants to terminate the Constitution, denies the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in
Wow.
history. At some point, do I put country first and stop enabling him? I don't understand how many excuses. I've heard them
Yeah.
all, but I don't understand how many excuses I would be able to tell myself in that situation.
Wow.
If I had ignored everything from the beginning, all
Right.
the racism, all the misogyny, the way he mocked a handicapped reporter, the way he denigrated POWs, the way he just
Evil.
over and over went after people who he believed were lesser than him.
Wow.
Even if I had been able as a person to ignore all that, and then I thought, well, he'll be a good president because he'll deliver on all these things because he was a good businessman. Well, he said, I alone can fix it. In his first 2 years with total Republican control, what did he do? I can't ever get them to answer. The most they ever say is the tax cut. Well, all he did was increase the deficit and make himself richer. He didn't help the country with that.
He
It's
spent
pre-
all day on social media arguing with the media.
He said he wouldn't have enough time to go golfing, and that's what he did 5 times as often as Obama, and he
Wow.
got paid to do it. We paid him taxpayer dollars because he charged Secret Service 5 times the going rate to stay at Mar-a-Lago. So when they talk about him donating his salary, he cut his taxes for $11 million a year at least, and then he doubled the fees at his golf courses,
Wow.
overcharged Secret Service staying there 5 times as often. He basically only worked from like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. per day, and they had to bring him pop-up books because he wouldn't read his presidential daily briefings.
Wow.
The guy was utterly useless, and even according to Trump supporters, they blame Republicans like Paul Ryan, who were in control of the Congress while he was president, for
Dubs.
not allowing him to get anything done.
Get him.
So you're saying the guy who said I alone could fix it had a Republican Congress and didn't get anything done. Biden comes in with another disaster after helping Obama clean up the previous disaster from a Republican president.
Is that the dirt that they've been saying they have on Biden? That part, what you just said, the cleaning up the disasters part, because that cleaning does require to clean up some dirt, right? So is that the dirt they're talking about?
Well, I mean, I guess that's why they blame Biden's DOJ for cleaning up Trump's dirt, his criminal dirt. But Biden's simply trying to clean up the mess that the country was in. The DOJ does its own work. And you know how I know that?
How?
Because Merrick Garland wasn't appointed for about a year and a half. And if it had been up to Biden, I'm pretty sure he would have had Merrick Garland on the case on January 21st.
Oh,
So-
tell him. Tell him, RC.
What Merrick Garland did was work on his own, and I've had legal experts tell me specifically that what they think Merrick Garland did was correct, because what he was doing was working from the bottom up to gather the information to actually enable Jack Smith to then have the kind of thing that the January 6 hearings uncovered, the kind of evidence that we need to go after a president, because if you're going to go after a president, you better have all your ducks in a row.
Right.
Right?
Tell him,
So
RC.
when I hear people talk about how easy it is for somebody to get indicted, then explain why Hillary Clinton was never indicted.
You can indict a ham sandwich.
But you can't indict Hillary Clinton. And it wasn't for lack of trying. I mean, they went after her for decades. So when they complain about this being a witch hunt, spare me. We got actual results. We got indictments in a few years. I heard about Hillary for a few decades, and she never got indicted.
Bingo.
She also testified for 11 hours and didn't have to plead the fifth 500 times.
Bingo.
I saw somebody in Angie's live earlier, or it was you. I think who was? I'm getting mixed up because my mornings goes crazy. Basically, somebody was saying, "I plead the fifth." I think it was.
Oh yeah,
it
was here, Mr.
That was
Rodriguez,
you. That was Christian, right? Okay,
Mr.
so that was
Yeah.
Yeah, your first guest this morning going, "I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth." I was like, all I can do is that sounds like Trump.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. You can't tell the truth, and he's sitting there blaming. He's lying again on something as simple as saying the gag order prevents him from testifying.
Exactly.
That's how much this guy disrespects his own supporters. He'll lie to them about something that can be disproven in 30 seconds.
You hear that?
Anyway, I've rambled enough, but I just want to thank you for what you do, and I appreciate you for everything you do on here. It's amazing and necessary, and I hope we keep this going.
You all help make it possible. All right, seriously.
We have to make sure he's done. We cannot allow Republicans. Any Republican will fill the void for the Project 2025 nonsense.
Correct. Now that part is true.
So we have to vote blue. The way they stay unified to get what they wanted to take away women's choice, that was Republicans voting for 50 years for a single policy.
Amen.
Imagine if we could develop that kind of unification on the positive dozens of things we actually want to do.
Amen. All right,
Thank you.
RC.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to my good friend RC. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I didn't know I went past my time slot. It is now time for Zeus to get up out of here. All right, this show must unfortunately come to a conclusion. I know. Don't boo me. Don't boo me. I get it. All right. But listen, we had a great show today, right? We had some amazing panelists coming up today, minus the liars. All right. Amazing panelists, and all of you have been amazing. As a matter of fact, you all deserve a round of applause. Before we get out of here, again, I want to thank my panelists. I want to thank the moderators. I want to thank all of the gifters and the subscribers. Again, you all help make this possible. You don't have to do it, but you do it. It helps keep the show exciting, entertaining, and engaging, all right? You really do deserve it. But you know what we also got to do? Our final round of booze and shame. For the Zeus haters out there, not just mine, your haters, right? These are our critics, our detractors. These are people who spend all day on TikTok and other social media platforms peddling misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They spread hate, evil, racism, bigotry, trying to take away women's reproductive freedoms, all on behalf of, you've guessed it, Donald J. Trump, a defendant right now, sitting in a courtroom right now while his former staff, Hope Hicks, is testifying about his crimes. These people are the lowest of the low, and they should be deported. They're MAGA. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them our final round of booze and shame. I gotta get out of here. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe. I'll see you out here in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Most handsome in the kingdom.
Yeah, I really am the most handsome. Great show, Homer. Yes, all of you. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, I didn't know we were going to go this hard on Friday.
This is how I move when I'm walking like
Hey,
Zeus.
let's
This is
go.
how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I
Diana, all right. Bama, Emma Johnson, 5 paragraph Mystica. All right, Linda, Mystica, Linda Fox. All right, Grant B. It was nice seeing you. And I saw you, Ange. RC Dubs, I see y'all. Mickey P. Jeffrey.
Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new. If you feeling like a dog, get away from me, fool.
I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. Tony, Heaven. PA, I see you. Jonathan, I see you. Electric, I see you. Thank you for the subscription. Barb, let's go. RC Dub, happy Friday. Cali Love. saw you. Swerve, I saw you. Hey, Harold, hey, I might get there, all right? Conservative D, knock it off. Hey, yo, let's go, Big Hoss, let's go. Make sure you watch the Trump trials. Yes, Big Zeus. Doc King, thank you. DJ Kitty Cat, let's go. Mr. Incognito, Mickey P, love you too. Brown Eyes, Queen Lee, I see you. Yes, join the team. Hey, I'm a god, call me Zeus. Hey, let's go, Angel. Sharon, I see you. Keep up the great work. Hey, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you're looking like a goof. Let's go. Hey, Rick, let's go. Knock it off, clickbait. You're a failure. All right? Go back to your real name, clickbait. Thank you, Rick. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching on. And you know they get jealous when you do that, all right? And I'm going to get you. Reggie, I see ya. Slick as Rick, Tiffany for the people. I see ya, Takesha. I know you're out there somewhere. Shout out to Takesha. Rena, let's go. Let's go. Lady Rima, thank you. Here it goes.
I just want to find
everything's fine, thank you.
11,780 votes.
Hey, see right there, that's the Rico. See, that'll get you a Rico case. Thank you, Donna. All right, Reggie. It's time to hit him with the Jack Smith remix. Uh-oh, thank you, Valerie. Hit him.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take
one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater.
Yeah.
And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Oh, you heard that? Now listen up. Clickbait. You wouldn't bury me in your sleep at all, champ, because I would be, number one, nowhere near you while you're sleeping. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. You got a sick imagination. What's up with all of you conservative men trying to invite Zeus out? I don't want to hang out with a bunch of losers. I'm not Donald J. Trump, you nasty MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, get rid of clickbait. You know how we do them, all right? All right, now let's move on. What are we going to play before we wrap up this show? What do we want to hear? You know, what do I want to do? Oh, I know. I think I like the one that I did yesterday. We'll do that again. Let's see what I got. Oh, this is for you, clickbait.
Just keep thinking Trump. Trump is your daddy.
Oh, yeah, you hear that, clickbait? Just keep on thinking Donald Trump is your daddy. All right, what do we got, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see, what am I going to do? Oh, okay, I'll do this one. He's a big double. Let's see, what do I do? Let's see. What do we got? No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. How about this one? This is Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, right before he wins the election.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy.
You hear him,
We're
clickbait?
going to win with military. We're going to win with health care and for our veterans.
You hear him,
We're going to
clickbait?
win with every single
Conservative.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning.
Right there. He's spreading you. Clickbait. He's spreading you when he says it. Listen.
Say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
That's what you want Trump to do to you, clickbait? You're a nasty, nasty individual. And then this is him after the election.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public.
Right.
This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And as you can see, that was a lie. Retribution, I tried to bring you up, but you didn't come up because you declined my invitation. Stop spreading the lies and misinformation. All right, now let's drop the bomb.
Do you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black?
That's right, you ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing.